Erin A. Craig, author of the upcoming Our Strange Duet, a retelling of Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera as told through Christine Daae's perspective, and it's coming this fall. I was in 8th grade band class when we got assigned to do the Phantom of the Opera Melody Suite. And I remember hearing those very iconic opening bum, ba-da-da-da-da, and I was hooked. Like, I didn't know anything about the show, but I loved the music so much. I think I got the George Perry book, poured over that, read the libretto, bought the CD, fell in love with Michael Crawford. It was such a wonderful, just like opening moment of my life. I hadn't really been a very big theater person before that, but after that, I realized like this is what I want to do with my life. Being part of that fan base, it's just like a warm hug. Every time you go to a convention or you talk with fans on, different web forums and everything, everyone just loves the show so much, and it's so much fun to geek out over something that's so it feels niche, but also it's like it's your personal fandom, and it's a wonderful community. I remember getting the text message from Wendy, my editor, a couple of years ago now, and all it was, do you like Phantom of the Opera? And I was like, oh, do I? It was the show that got me into theater. And she's like, okay, great. And then I didn't hear anything for months, and I didn't know what it was, and it was driving me crazy. And then when we finally found out about the project and like all the beans were spilled, it has just been the greatest joy. Getting to meet one-on-one with Andrew has just been like the highlight of my career. I'm getting to talk to him about like canon and develop new plot lines and backstories for the characters. It's just been like the biggest fangirl moment, and everyone has been so kind and welcoming into the family, and it's just been a joy. There's a reason so many girls fall in love with Phantom of the Opera, and I think it's Christine, well, the Masked Man, obviously, but also Christine. She is on the cusp of adulthood. She still is kind of in that like safe space within the theater where she's not out getting married, having children, all of that and everything. It is that step of life, like right before you're on the cusp of something great. I think that speaks to a lot of girls and teenagers, especially as they are getting adulthood. They want to hold on to their childhood. There's the fond remembrances of her and her father, what her childhood was like before she lost him, and then having this new exciting relationship with the Phantom. I think every girl kind of dreams of having that like grand romance, and everything, and she gets it twice with Raoul and Phantom. I was so excited that we decided to tell Christine's story in this, because as a Phantom fan first, I love the story of Eric, I love his world of everything, but I wanted to know more about Christine. Like, what is it that makes her tick? Why does she go back to a man who threw a chandelier at her? There's reasons for it. It was important to show who she is, and I feel like so much of the musical, it's kind of the men telling their stories of the thing, and she's so centrally at the heart of the show. It was lovely to get to kind of spend some time in her head and figure out what it is that makes her do everything she does. Christine's relationships throughout the book, the show, everything, they inform so much of who she is. She grew up without a mother. Her father died when she was, I believe, 16 years old. So she has this kind of very big found family cast of characters at the Opera Populaire. Her best friend Meg, they grew up together through the ballet corps and all of the shows that they've done, hanging out backstage and everything. Her relationship with Raoul is a little different. She had her father was alive when Raoul was last in her life, and so I think when he re-enters her life, there's a really kind of lovely sense of relief that he's back in her life, and for a little bit she can kind of pretend like this is like what it was like when I was a child. My dad's, somewhere off in the world, alive and well and everything. And I think that he kind of offers her this kind of safe respite of the past. And I think her relationship with the Phantom is just new, and it's exciting and a little dangerous. And just also he seems to understand her so much more than like everyone else does surface level. He understands all of these secret dark ambitions within her and like the need to become great and to show and express all of her appreciation and love of music. And he kind of scratches that itch that she doesn't necessarily get anywhere else. The cover is gorgeous, and I'm so excited for everyone to see it and just lose their minds. My favorite part of the cover, I think, is we've got this beautiful, you know, half mask and font, and the roses seem to be coming out from under it. And I think that it captures so much of the book, and it's Christine coming to center stage, and we're centering her story. And so it's this very feminine font, these beautiful filigree roses, and it's coming out from the shadow of the mask, and it's letting Christine stand on her own, which I think is just, it's so beautiful and symbolic, and it's just pretty. There's gold foil everywhere. Everyone's gonna love it. I'm so excited for the launch, you guys. Like, every time I think about it, it's just like high intensity vibrating. It's so exciting to have been like living in this world and like keeping it a secret for so long, and to like actually now getting to share it with the readers and get to see their reactions and welcome everyone back to the Opera Populaire and show them a very different take on a very familiar story. I can't wait for everyone to read it.